Hi, this is CK at CK Education, and today I want to talk about, I think, one of the most important things that I could talk about, and that has to do with mindset. Now, if you've read any number of success or motivational books or watched YouTube videos on, successful people or how to become successful or how to achieve success or blah, 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 all these kinds of things, you have no doubt heard about the importance of mindset. Now, in my own life, I can tell you that this is not just a catchphrase. This is not just something like, some people have read Napoleon Hill's book, Think and Grow Rich. And in it, he talks about how you have to, before you become wealthy, you have to think wealthy. You have to think like a wealthy person and so on and so forth. And some people read this kind of thing that, and they think it's some kind of a magic, is some kind of, if I just think something enough, I'll attract all these things and suddenly things will happen to me and the right people will suddenly come along and they think literally some kind of a magic show, like it's some kind of magic is going to go on. And I can tell you, it is nothing like that. And so it is not as simple as that. It is not as well. It's just, it'd be naive to think that that is just what's going to happen. If you just think it enough, it'll happen to you. I don't think that's true at all. I think that the reality of having the right mindset is it's not so simple. It's more complicated and deeper than people think. For example, if I say you have to have the right mindset to be successful, your question might be, what kind of mindset should I have? And there is no, oh, you have to have this mindset. Okay. That's why it's not that simple. It's a million different little mindsets about everything. Man, it just this is an unending topic if you really think about it. The more I think about it, the more I think, how in the world could I articulate this? How in the world could I explain this in the easiest, simplest way possible without making it overly simplistic? But let me just give a few examples. If someone says, and I'll just talk about money. Everyone talks about money because it's something that gets measured and it's something that everybody has to deal with. There's not a lot of controversy as to, do I want more money or not? Most people would say, yes, I want more money, or I would like more money. So this is why I think a lot of people talk about money on YouTube and other places. Okay. And it's a topic of interest to it's almost a universally accepted topic of interest, isn't it? So we talk about it a lot. Now, and I'll talk about it for the same reasons. It's not because I think that money is the root of all happiness or anything like that. I also don't think that money is the root of all evil. I think that's a misquote from the Bible, but a lot of people quote it that way. They say the money is the root of all evil, and I said, it doesn't say that in the Bible. It says that the love of money is the root of all evil, and that's a very different thing. But that's another thing. But let's just say, if someone says, I don't understand why I don't make enough money. I always have money problems. I don't do well with money. Money doesn't seem to be attracted to me, or whatever the situation is. I'm constantly in a financially difficult situation. And if someone were to say to that person, well, it's your mindset. And the person asks, well, what do you mean my mindset? What is wrong with my mindset? That's a loaded question. What is wrong with my mindset? And there are many, many levels. There are many, many different things about money. Okay, it's just as an example. If this person who is always financially struggling learned early in life that, I don't know, maybe they were a very religious person, and for some reason, the parents taught this person that money is evil, money is not good, rich people are bad, and you should never love money, and love money is very bad. You should. And now, if they were taught these kinds of things and they believed that and they internalize that, then their mindset about their love for or hate for money is in them. They're thinking constantly that money is bad, having more money is bad. And there's a conflict in that person's mind, because that person, as they live life, I have to pay the mortgage, I have to pay the car, the car note, I have to, buy food, and I have to, my kids need things, so I have to buy it. And money, it seems like the world, everything I need, everything I have to do requires money. And yet, why did my parents tell me that money is bad? So I feel bad trying to make more money. I feel bad trying to just in needing or wanting more money. I feel bad. So that person, because of that mindset, they're not going to do the things that are required to be financially successful. Okay, but that's probably not the only thing. That person might think, so if they think that about money, that money is not, you should not love money and you should hate money and having a lot of money is bad, then they're going to look down and think badly of anyone who has a lot of money. Okay, and they might hang around people who have very little money because they think those are the good people in life. And so, what do you learn from those people who have very little money? Well, you don't learn much about making money. Okay, it's just like misery loves company. People say so. People who are struggling financially, they like to find other people who are struggling financially, and they like to hang out and tell stories about how miserable they are to each other. But imagine if this person changed that mindset, just that one thing, and said, you know what? Maybe my parents were not correct. Maybe they were wrong in telling me and teaching me that rich people are bad, or that having a lot of money or wanting more money is a bad thing. Maybe that was the wrong mindset. Maybe that was the wrong thing. And so this person starts thinking about it, and the root of where that came from is that person's religion. So that person goes back, and maybe it's a Bible or whatever, and says, my parents always told me that it was bad, and so forth, and goes back and starts researching for himself, and finds out, you know what? I read the Bible, or whatever that religion that person came from, and that's not what it says at all. And they find that it's not that, and it really doesn't say that wanting more money or needing more money or the pursuit of more money is necessarily a sin or is a bad thing. And if that person came to that realization and changed their mindset about money, perhaps that person would think, you know what? I'm interested in making more money. I don't know how, but that person over there seems to have something here that I don't. That person seems to have something that perhaps I can learn from. And so that person goes to different people who are successful, who are financially successful, asks some questions, learns. Maybe some books are recommended, so they read some books, they learn up about it, and they study up on it, and they learn different things about money, and they learn about how to make money. They learn about how to create a business. They learn about personal branding. They learn about copywriting. They learn about sales and the importance of sales, and they learn about how the reputation, if you're running a business, is perhaps more important than profit, and they learn why. And they learn all these kinds of things about money. They learn about how to manage money. They learn about debt and why debt is bad, and how to pay off debt, and what they're doing wrong every month. Why it's important to keep a budget, at least, to keep track of what you're spending your money on, what you're, and maybe this person learns that, maybe, man, I've been spending money in the wrong places. I've been, quote, investing in the wrong places. Maybe I'm in the wrong job. All these things start to come to the surface once this person just snaps out of this, you're not supposed to make money and money is bad mentality. Now, I'm just giving you just that one little thing, but everybody has different views, and those views are not necessarily correct. Everybody has views on everything, but those views were instilled in you or in me, usually by somebody, usually through the years, a lot of times as parents. But we have to be very careful in thinking about, for our own selves, no matter what we've been taught, how we were raised, that we research and we study and we think about, and we think deeply about those things for ourselves and pursue truth in each of those matters. I mean, if you think that if your mindset about certain things is incorrect, you're going to keep making wrong decisions about that thing. Okay. If your mindset is, just as an example, another example, if you think, or you've been taught and you've always been told that getting the best education possible is the key to success in life, And in your mind, you're thinking success in life. Success in life means having a lot of money, living in a big house, driving a nice car, and blah, blah, blah. Or having a nice family and being happy and all this, that's success in your head. And you've been told your whole life that the road to getting there is getting the best education possible. So you study really hard in high school because your parents told you to do so, and you went to the highest ranked, best named college possible. You go there and you graduate with honors, and you get into a field that pays pretty good, or maybe you get higher degrees, you get graduate degrees, maybe even get a PhD degree, and you go get a job and you're getting paid, and you're working, and 5 years later, 10 years later, 15 years later, you're not very happy. What's going on? I did everything that I was told I was supposed to do. I went to this college, I did this, and I majored in this. I even got higher degrees, and then I got the good job, and I got a good paying job, and I'm advancing in my career. But 15 years later, what is wrong? I'm not making as money as I thought I would. And the advancements in my company, in my organization, are not as quick as I had wished. And I'm seeing these people over here who are less educated than I am, and they seem to be making more money. Some of them are even my bosses, And when it comes to my health is deteriorating, my family is miserable, I have problems with my wife, my kids hate me, and when I go home it's miserable. I hate my job. I don't know what's happening. I was told that if you get a good education, then you'll have success in life. But if this is success, you think, I don't have it. This isn't all that. But again, that's based on a myth, right? That's based on a misconception. That's based on very, very a surface sort of level mindset, which is you just get a good education, get a good job, and you'll be successful in your life. Boy, success in life is much more than just going to college and getting a good job. And because when it comes to, the mindset thing comes into every aspect of your life. Not just what you think about education, not just what you think about what a successful career is, and it's not necessarily just the one that makes you the most money. What is your mindset about family? What is your mindset about your relationship with your spouse? What is your relationship with your kids? What is your mindset about that? What is your mindset about what your role is as a husband or a wife or as a father or as a mother or as a coworker or as a worker, as an employee, as a manager? What is your mindset about those kinds of things? What is your mindset about your health? I know some people who think that, I don't have time to worry about my health. I'm just going to work hard and work a lot, and I'm going to, provide for my family and try to make the most money I can when I can. My health, everybody works like this. So, what's the big deal? I'm not going to worry about my health. Now, if that is your mindset about your health is very likely to deteriorate. And so, your mindset about all the different aspects in your life, all the different areas of life is important. This is hard work. This is a big task. Okay. So let me try to maybe compartmentalize for you. Let me try to give you some categories in which you might want to work on your mindset. So let me just give you the first one. I think that if someone, I believe what the Bible says about what use is it. I think the Bible says, like, what does it profit a man if he gains the world but loses his soul? And I think that's a very deep and profound statement. What good is it if you gain the whole world? You got everything. You got your big house, you got your Lamborghini, you got your height, you got all this money, but you lose your soul. In the end, we all die. In the end, we will leave this earth. And what kind of life do we live? Do we lose our souls in the process? And if that's the case, man, what a pitiful life, I think. And so the first area of life that I think that I'd encourage you to work on as far as mindset goes is, and I'll just use F words because these are all F words. The first one is faith. Okay, faith. Now, you might say, well, I don't believe in the Bible. I'm not a Christian. Okay, I'm not saying you have to be. You might be a Muslim. You might be a Buddhist. Whatever your faith is, whatever you believe, because I had to do the same. Whatever faith you were brought up in, first of all, my question to you, and the same question that I asked myself was, how do you know that that's true? The faith that you were brought up in, are you just assuming is true because everybody said it's true, because everybody told you it's true? Have you looked into it? If someone believes that their sacred book, religious book, is the truth, how do you know that? What have you done to look into that? And it has to be more than why just watch some YouTube videos. Like, it's gotta, how much time have you spent? How many years have you spent looking into why you believe what you believe? Perhaps your mindset about God, perhaps your mindset about your purpose on earth, perhaps your mindset about these kinds of things, about life in general, about people, and just about the universe, and about God, and life and death, and perhaps your mindset about it is all mixed up. And if it is, then that's going to impact a lot of other areas of your life. So faith is one of those areas where you have to make sure you have the right mindset. And the other thing, the other F word, the next F word might be family. What do you think about your family? Now, if you're a man, what is your mindset about what you think your role is as a male, just in general, as a male? And then maybe as a husband, and then as a father, as a coworker, as a friend, and all the roles and different roles that you play as a male. Now, if you're female, same thing. Female, mother, daughter, sister, again, coworker, as a wife. What is your mindset about what you think your role is in all those different things? And whatever your mindset is on those things, that will impact how you decide, the decisions that you make, and what you think is right or wrong, and the things that you do or don't do, the things you pursue or the things that you resist. I mean, it's going to depend on, and the happiness of your family will depend on your mindset about what you think a family should be, and how it should be, and what roles we should play, and on and on and on. So your mindset about family is so important. The third one I'll just say is finance, okay? About money. Again, what is your mindset about money? Do you think money is bad? Do you think the pursuit of money is bad? What do you think about that? Do you think that you are stuck in a certain situation because of your education or lack of education? And does that hold you back? Do you think that if you majored in something in college that you have to pursue that your whole life in your career? Are you stuck in that kind of mindset? I mean, what kind of mindset do you have? Do you think that some debt is good and some debt is bad? And if so, then you're going to incur maybe more debt than you should. And so your mindset about money, about personal finance, that kind of thing, I mean, that's huge. That's going to impact your life and the decisions you make about money. Okay. What's another F word? What about your fitness? And I'll just say, I mean health, but I'll just say fitness because it's an F word. Fitness. Okay. So what is your mindset about health? Okay. Do you think that what is your mindset? What is your thinking about certain kinds of foods? That which foods are healthy, which foods are not healthy? About sleep, about rest, about relaxation, about entertaining yourself and relaxing, and about work, and about your mental health and your physical health, about exercise. And what do you think about that? What is your mindset about that? And whatever your mindset is about that, that is probably the way you are, Okay. So do you need to change your mindset about fitness, about your health, and all the different aspects of that? Another F word might be friends. What is your mindset about friends? Now, some people think that, well, friends, the more friends you have, the better, right? I mean, it's almost something where a lot of people are proud that they have a lot of friends. Okay, is that your definition of what being a good friend is, or about mindset about friendship in general? That you have as many friends as possible, that you try to get along with everybody. Now, trying to get along with as many people as you can is not a bad thing. But if you're of the mindset that I'm going to try to have as many friends as I can, that may also be your downfall. Because what about people who are not very good for you? What about there are toxic relationships? There are people who are manipulating you. There are people who are absolutely have terrible mindsets, and you want to be friends with those people. And so your mindset about your friends and about what kind of friends may be good or bad, is that inhibiting you? Is that keeping you from being a happier, healthier, more purpose-filled, person who lives a more meaningful life? Because your friends are no good. And so that's another thing where you have to, have a good and maybe a different mindset about. Another one might be fun. What is your mindset about fun? Well, if I can't have fun. I just got to work. Work is honorable. I got to work really, really hard, but I never go on vacation, and you're proud of it. You never take weekends off. You're always at your office. You're always doing work, always just making more money because fun is not good. If that is your mindset about fun, then and you never have fun, no wonder you're always miserable. No wonder you're always stressed. No wonder your health isn't good, and on and on and on. So again, your mindset about that will determine many things in your life. So as you can see, and I'll leave you just with those F words there. Another one, just maybe frame of mind. That's an F word, but that again goes back to mindset. Okay, so as you can see, mindset permeates everything you do, everything you do. And it just every decision you make. I tell people where you are in life right now, in all the different aspects, in your faith and family and fitness and finance and friends and fun and and family and in all those areas, wherever you are right now, that is largely the result of your mindset. It's not so much external factors as much as what you think about each of those areas of your life and the assumptions you have and the decisions you make based on what you think, based on your view of those things. And so mindset is not like one thing. It's like, oh, what mindset should I have? You should have mindset A or mindset B or mindset. It's not that simple. It's what your mindset about what? What area of your life? Whatever area of life you're trying to improve on, you have to think about, the first thing you have to think about is, what is my current mindset about that thing? And you have to be very honest with yourself. And then you got to ask, is that right or is it wrong? Now, how do you know if it's right or wrong? And that's a whole different question. But how do you know it's right or wrong? Okay. Well, first of all, just to maybe oversimplify it, if you're not getting the results, if you're not happy, if you're not peaceful, if you're not joyful, if you're not grateful, if you don't have that kind of mind, that kind of heart in that particular area, it's probably wrong. Okay, then you say, well, what's the right thing? Well, that's going to take a lot of research. That's going to take a lot of just thinking deeply in your own self, and then going out and searching and studying, reading perhaps, praying perhaps, and and understanding what kind of mindset you have to have about that thing. And then once you get that, and once you understand that, man, I've been thinking about it the wrong way the whole time, this is the right way. It's not going to be like a snap of a finger where you're like, boop, it just switches and then I start thinking this way. But the awareness of it is number one. Okay, maybe I need to look into what my mindset is. And what is that mindset? Is it right or wrong? Is it wrong? Then what's the right one? I have to go learn what that right one is. Okay, and that might, you know what? Just that process right there might take years. So you finally learn, oh, this is the right mindset for that. Okay, now I got to live it. It's not even enough to say, oh, that's the right mindset. And then you just go back to living the way you were living. This is the right mindset. I had the wrong mindset about it. This is the right mindset. So now I got to change direction. I got to start living and acting and making decisions based on the right mindset. But again, that's just maybe one area. And you have to do that in every area of life. So it really is this constant understanding and the constant pursuit of truth. It's a constant pursuit of truth, not the constant pursuit of what's popular, what people say, what people may like or like to hear. It's a constant pursuit of truth, right? The truth will set you free, it says. And so it's a constant pursuit of truth. And what is the truth? What is the mindset that I got to have? What is the true mindset? What is the right mindset that I have to have in every area of my life? And then it is about learning about that. It is about humbling myself and learning that and wanting to and changing so that I can go a different way, so that I get different results. So it is somewhat of a philosophical endeavor, but a lot of important things are, and this is one of those things. Now, as far as the very, very specific mindsets, those are like little ones about, little specific ones. Those are things that I aim to, and I have made videos on some of those, and I will continue to do that. But today, I just wanted to share with you and talk to you about the overarching mindset, the importance of mindset, and why everybody makes such a big deal about it. It's a huge deal. It is your life. It is where you are right now, who you are right now, what you're doing, where you are, and it is based primarily on your mindset and the decisions that you have made and the things that you have assumed to be true, whether they really were or not. And so that is my challenge to you and to myself constantly, is that do you have the right mindset about every area of your life? And you got to look through those, and you got to make sure that you do. Now this takes effort, this takes time, this takes energy, but anything worth doing takes those things. So I hope you do, because I hope that you will live a happier life and a healthier life, and a life filled with purpose and meaning. And that's what I hope for you, and that's what I hope and pursue myself as well. So anyway, this was a little bit of a longer video, but thanks so much for staying with me up to this point and watching it. Really appreciate that, and I hope it's been helpful. And until my next video, as always, I hope you stay well.